Hello everybody and welcome back to our villain base on Mars. Thank you very much for your patience with the long wait between episodes. Personal life, real life has been just completely insane for me, and it's really nice to be back in the saddle, but man, it has been a slog to get back to the point where I can actually record, the 4 series I currently have running. We are going to be doing a whole bunch more work on the atmospherics today, getting the hydroponics sorted, maybe even making ourselves a little lunch. It's gonna be great. Now, I asked for comments on how the back pressure regulators and the pressure regulators work, and it seems like I had it almost right. Pressure regulators regulate the output, basically the pressure on the outside. Back pressure regulators, figure this out, regulate the pressure behind them. I know, kind of crazy. Which means my setup in this room was close to correct. So the pressure regulator was set up correctly, the pressure was set correctly. It takes currently 85 kilopascals of pressure, takes it out of this pipe, pushes it into this room very, very slowly. Now, our biggest limiting factor is nitrogen at this point. We just don't have enough. And this one does the same thing. The back pressure regulator will take pressure once the room hits 80 kilopascals. It will allow gas through this vent and back into the sorting pipe network, which we actually quickly need to splice into. Let me switch over to this. Give me a corner. Bada boom. And then we need to go outside and run some piping all the way to this corner over here. Now, why, you may ask? Well, we have to deal with all the carbon dioxide and the oxygen that is building up in this room. So what we're going to do is going to cycle. I'm going to go show you what I'm talking about here. In fact, let's put away our pipes for the moment and see what we've got. So, as you can see, inside our hydroponics room, we've got a whole bunch of CO2 coming in. We're up to 90 kilopascals. This pressure regulator, not back pressure regulator, is allowing gas through until this room reaches 101 kilopascals, which is very good atmospheric pressure, in my opinion. Eventually, the main base will be similar. And as you can see, right now, in here, I need a light still. No, I have lights. I don't think I threw that on the floor. Haven't turned them on. There we go. Put on all the light. Excuse me. Okay, apparently I didn't turn on that light. My bad. Are you? Now you're on. Okay, well we need to power that light. But other than that, everything's looking great. Our seeds are still sorted. Sorry, I'm moving too quickly. It's a bad habit. And our hydroponics bays are absolutely overflowing. We can actually go ahead and do a harvest once we're done here. But we're going to want to now take the 101 kilopascals of pressure that are in this room and cycle them back through the network, because, quite frankly, this is going to produce a lot of oxygen and a lot of heat, and we're going to want to cool this place down, and the easiest way to do that is simply just to mix the gases. Like, if we have 10 megapascals of pressure in that CO2 tank down there, and we just dump all the heat we get out of this room back into it, and then put the cooler gas back in, it's going to take, like, 5 or 6 times longer than this playthrough's even been running before we get that temperature above like 20 degrees. So I'm really not worried. It's not necessarily a permanent solution. We would need air conditioning for that. But you know what? It's more than good enough for me. So I'm going to stick the vents there. This one's going to get, as with the other one now. So this has the pressure regulator on the... So pressure regulator on the input to a room, and back pressure regulator on the output to a room. Appears to be the way that this needs to be done. And would you believe it, there's a cable running right next to it already. So I'm going to spray this. It's going to dump a little bit of X into this room, but that's okay, because once again, eventually, it'll be siphoned out and sorted. So don't worry about it too much. Let's go ahead and slap in the remaining cable we need as well. Let's just get that all plumbed up and nice, and then we need to head outside. And actually, I noticed we're completely out of iron, which is a little bit terrifying. Okay, you're on. And oh, he doesn't have an output? Yeah, you'll live, man. You'll live. Don't stress. Let's give you one of those. And then we need to set your pressure. And of course, the way you want to do this is with the labeler. Okay, so back pressure regulator. It's currently set to 50, which is why you see all the stuff flowing in. We're going to want to set this to like 97. So this room will always be slightly too high of a pressure for this thing to be happy with, meaning it will always allow gas in, meaning that this thing will always have room to dump gas out, and that means we'll constantly see, as we're seeing now, a bit of airflow flowing over to this side. It requires very little power, it's completely hands-off, it is not likely to explode because these pressure regulators are unbelievably slow, but it is completely robust. Like, No matter what other changes we make to it, we can put different gases in, we can change the temperature of those gases, it won't matter, the system will still function. It is quite literally foolproof. Speaking of which, we got anything left in here? Bunch of water. Not much, though. Okay, so we need to go ice mining along with our... Oh, this man looks like he's about to smack himself in the head, man. Look, oh my lord, geez, going straight through the helmet. Look at that. Look at that. Ridiculous. So I need to go outside and start plumbing this up, but I don't think we're going to have enough to actually get it done. So what we're going to do is we're going to be very smart, and we're going to plumb from the backside first. We're going to plumb from the hydroponics ends of things first, because that way we can increase the pressure in the pipe, thus mitigating the odds of an explosion, until we can actually get enough resources to build the thing. Not that I'm worried about an explosion. In fact, I think it's very unlikely. Hold on. Call me crazy. Jetpack, sir. Stabilizer on. Thrust up. That was weird. It was behaving strangely. It's dropping me. My stabilizer's on, right? Ah, there we go. I had the wrong setting. Thank you to the commenter who pointed that out, by the way. I really appreciate it. They told me I needed to change something there. I'm pretty sure we can slice and dice into this network right over here. But I think the pipe runs that way, so yeah, we've already put a hole in here. Let's just, you know, it's a bit more expensive, but so be it. Just want to stick that there so I know where to go. We need to drop down one level. No, not these pipes. That's the wrong pipes. We don't want to be, I don't need to be on doing this. We do not want to be using non-insulated pipes outside on Mars. It's a little chilly, and our plants don't like chili all that much. They're more of a salsa kind of crowd, you know? Okay, that's a terrible joke. Alright, come on through. Switch me over. Oh, we're actually pretty close. This must not be a regular pipe, though. That is on me. Give me that. Voila. So we need, what, 1, 2, 3, 4 more. Maybe 5. Oh, look, would you look at that? There's some iron. So I'll see you guys in a hot minute once we've got some more mining done. As I'm sure you know, it's not particularly, riveting gameplay to watch someone just sort of stand and point their mouse at something. I know that is like 90% of all FPS games, but at least in that way there's some movement. You know what I'm saying? This isn't exactly exciting. I'll see you guys in a second. I've got an inventory full of iron, and I think it's time to just get that light wired up so it's done. There we go. Okay, very nice. So we have power to the base. We've got a ton more iron. Definitely nothing to worry about there. That's going to be real nice to work with soon. I think we still need gold, so I'm going to have to go out again in the daytime, but I don't really feel like going too far. Kind of lucked out with how close everything was here. Let's go ahead and grab all this. I'm going to put the lead away for now. We don't actually need it. Also, please, can you be pinned? Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate you. And let's go ahead and just load this bad boy up, man. I think we're just going to do a standard... We'll do like a, what, like maybe 6 to 3 split this time? And give me. What's going on? Oh, you ready cooking? Oh, Lord, you cooking. Oh, hell yeah. Okay, well, you know what? Screw it. Give me 1, 2, 3 oxides. Okay, it's a little too hot, apparently. Oh god, it's the day. It's the day that's coming. That's what's doing it. Okay. We're just gonna do it this way. It's a bit more wasteful, but whatever. I don't even care. There you go. Stick them in there. Okay, this thing is like purple hot. That's what I want to see. And let's get all this iron processed. Now, there is a really good argument to be made that we should probably try and capture as many of these gases as possible. It's kind of a crazy thought. There are not many ways in which you could actually do this. We'd need to cool it down, because obviously, 2000 degrees Celsius iron or hot nitrogen isn't really what we want to be mixing with the rest of the base. But there's a viable thought behind all of it. What if, right? Call me crazy. What if we slap on a junction here, okay? We slap on a bit of a valve, a standard. Oh god, that thing's getting... That bad boy's getting a little full. Okay, finish me up. Finish me up. This is a little terrifying. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? That was too much. One last little bit. Okay, okay, what do you need? What do you need for the temperature to go up? I reckon we just pump out a bit of this gas. No. Out. Yeah, pump out a bit of this gas. That is the output. Am I insane? Input, output. Drop the pressure in there a little. Let's have a quick look at what the actual contents of this this furnace are at the moment. There is a lot of very hot carbon dioxide. Oh, it's 500 degrees Celsius. That's not that unmanageable. What I was thinking is we could slap a junction, we slap a valve, we put it over here, and we just run it to a huge network of radiators. And we just cool that bad boy right down. And as long as I remember to pump it into the base during the middle of the day, it'll be 16-degree gas. And a lot of it at that point. I mean, like, how much nitrogen we got here? 14 moles? Or 259 moles? That's madness, dude. It's like 5 times what we've got. Okay, turn that off. Let's see if we can get a little bit more fire cooking under here. Okay, very quickly. Split half, drop it in. Split half, drop it in. And we've got an ingot. There we go. Okay, a little wasteful on the resource front, I'll be the first to admit. But you know what? Screw it. It's fine. We got it done. We now have... apparently you can just pick up 500-degree iron. No problem there. This thing is climbing in pressure rather quickly. A little scary. But you know what? I kind of like my plan. Because as long as we insulate the T-junction, we just slap a valve. We've already got this, right? We can just repurpose it. I think we could make something of that, and then maybe, just maybe, you know, it'll take a few days, but passively, Mars can just do our cooling for us. Okay, I'm going to load in the iron into the auto lathe for the moment, just so I don't forget, and let's go ahead and print up the last of the, oh, wrong machine, or immediately the wrong machine. Iron, go in there, and give me, no, that's steel. And give me the last of those insulated pipes, and then I think we'll go... Why is this on fire? Does anyone know why this is on fire? Is there hydrogen mixing in the air? Can anyone tell me why that is on fire? Okay, we should probably print a fire extinguisher. Ma'am? Fire? Fire? Quickly, iron. Give it to me. Why is this on fire? I don't understand. Don't want the steel. Give me the copper. Oh no, this is where we die here. Iron. Place. Make. Why? Oh, it's all on fire! Why is it all on fire? Oh god, is there just too much power draw? This might be a power draw problem. Okay. That was a little dramatic. So potential's 14.1 megawatts. Oh god, okay, that might be why we've got a bit of a problem. Oh no. It's only at 400 watts, right? These things have a 5 kilowatt fail point. So what's the... What's catching on fire, man? Is it the gases? Oh, there's hydrogen in here. Oh no. I guess technically that thing was sparking, and so that's what's turning it on. Okay. You need to be moved. Come with me, please. Excuse me. Thank you. You know, put this away, put this there. You come with me and suck up all that hydrogen. Thank you very much. Because that is very rude. There we go. And we can put that away again. Okay, so I think the hydrogen in the air was just reacting with the oxygen when there was a spark. It just got hot enough. And that caused the fire. I'm assuming we will find out very soon exactly what the culprit was. Spray paint pink. Since we're vacuuming anyway, we might as well just do this. Oy vey, what a nightmare. Okay, let's try that again. Steel and silicone. Also, I think, you know what? Just a bit of a precaution. From now on, we keep the fire extinguisher on us. It's just gonna live right there. I mean, medical pill, sure. You know, you can use it to revive yourself if you get a bit hurt. But maybe, yeah, maybe we just, we keep the rest going. Also, I need to fill that hole in. That's where the iron came from. Okay, go, 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 go. Excellent. which means that officially we now have airflow between the two rooms. And this is pink because it is technically a mix. Why are we not getting any net? Oh, because it's being sucked through. Okay, that's perfect. I should have checked the pipe network beforehand. We would have seen a mixture. But the reason that's now empty is because it's being vacuumed out by this. These pressure regulators cannot keep up with the filtration rate of these bad boys. So that pipe should always be a vacuum unless we're actively pumping air into it. Okay, that is that done. Probably... Now we can turn off the lights, I guess, but we don't need to. We got so much power. The space is going pretty well, man. Let's get the gases situation sorted out, because that would be nice to have. Make sure you're off. Yeah, we've still got a lot of pressure, but a lot of temperature too. And we kind of do actually want to be doing the cooling down right now. We can take advantage of this cool night air to really make a big difference, because obviously it's based on the differential, right? Not just the raw pressure. Also, you know what? This thing we can use to filter out our jetpack. I want my jetpack pumping out atmospheric gas, not anything else. Also, all of this really should be pink. So, excuse me a second. Much better. There we go. Alright, then I'm going to give a single extra length. We're going to turn right over here, and I want to slap down, we'll keep the master pipe. I want to slap down this valve. There we go. It's nice and closed. We will spray paint that eventually when I remember to. And then I think we're going to use this wall right over here for our cooling purposes. There we go. Let me give it a little loop, a little dupe, a little... You know what, why not? Just in case we ever want to expand this. We're probably going to use it again, to be honest, when we need to. If we decide to expand the base. I'm still not convinced about how far this series is going. But now we can just look up there. We can point our little thing at it and see nothing because it's not open. There we go. Now we see that temperature absolutely plummeting. And it's going to... Yeah, the air right over here is 250 degrees Celsius. The air over here is 10. Negative 10, even. So yeah, this thing is working really quickly, which is cool. It shouldn't affect our... These big steel blocks have perfect insulation, so it won't affect the inside of our base. Don't worry about that. If we were to do this perfectly, like properly, the way we would do it, right? This is a volume pump, okay? It pulls all of the gas out of this network into a storage tank. That storage tank then feeds this radiator network. Once the entire network is at a stable space, we then pump it into a secondary insulated holding tank, which is then fed into the base's atmospherics network. But that is way too much effort for what effectively will probably be a once-off stopgap. So we're just going to kind of ham-fist it the way we're doing here. But if you want to set up something permanent where you can always capture and siphon your gases, that's the way to do it, man. Also, that whooshing noise means that our pressure settings are getting a little closer to where they should be. So you can probably be set a little higher now. Yeah, no longer internal. Your internal is going to be, let's call it, I don't know, we won't get to 60. Let's go 50 for now, just to prevent too much whooshing. Okay, perfect. Let's put the labeler away. Is the labeler on? No, it was not. Let's get this set up next. So we want to be able to flush the contents of our jetpack into the sorting network, so we don't have to worry about dumping a bunch of hot gas we don't want into our base. This is a connection point, but we have connection points down there. I'm just gonna leave that as it is. You come here. I want you facing... Realistically, I want you facing this way. No, that's a bit... It doesn't have to be right next to the thing. Do it there. That should be fine. And give me pink. There we go. That'll get filtered out again eventually. Don't worry about it. And let's splice into this network. And it looks like we might just have the exact amount of piping I need. Oh, we do! Nice. You know what? Just make life a bit easier. Give me the pipe. That way I don't have to worry about like picking up the master pipe next time I want pink, because I'm going to want more. And you know what? You just keep cooking. There's lots of atmospherics to go, that's for sure. Alright, nice. And actually, I'm wrong. That should be a volume pump. Stop. We need volume. Actually, do we need volume pump? Because won't the filters... I don't think I'm wrong here. I think the filters will actually just naturally vacuum this thing out. Just like they vacuum out the pipes. So, let's see how this works. So, propellants.
Jetpack critical.
Over there. That's great. We should check and see. So, E, I want to see if things actually get mixed. So, right now we have CO... No, I'm looking at the wrong thing. In our nitrogen tank, we have nothing. This thing is indeed on. How are my filters? 72, 43%. We're going to have to change those soon. Okay, currently we have nothing. In here, what do we have? 3 moles of nitrogen, a bunch of CO2. Oh, is that going to push this thing over the limit? It is a little... That's a little pressurized. Okay, hold on. Before we do anything, that's a little too much CO2 for my liking. That's like on the edge of exploding. We're just going to take this bad boy outside and knock out a bit. Let's drop that pressure down to like 6, just to be completely safe. I do not want to risk this thing blowing up. It's like -8. I'm not... We need to turn on the pump during the day. That's all we need to do here. In fact, completely vacuuming this out wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, because it's freaking freezing, man. Like, the morning, we could just pump in morning air, and it would be warmer, and we wouldn't have to pump any, like, put any electricity into the process. This is perhaps the way to go. But I'll dump out most of it, just because this thing is literally a bomb just waiting to happen. Okay, cool. And let's turn it off. And the airlock's quite good at pumping out gases, so let's let it work. And let's just make sure the network hasn't suffered in that time, because we did decrease it. Oh, it's immediately back up to 8.81. So what this is teaching me is that this network is like at least 6 times larger than the capacity of that tank. So when that thing is full, you know it is full. Okay, we stick this in there. Now we have a look. Canister is completely empty. Nice. These things did exactly what I wanted them to. So we got a tiny little smishkin in there. And yep, that's gone up a bit. Okay, fair. So now we have no jetpack gas whatsoever. That's a tragedy. So what we want to do is we're going to stick one. That takes pure nitrogen. That vents nitrogen into the base. For now, we'll leave that off. Where do we want to stick this? So what I want to be able to do now... Okay. Shut up. Oh my god. What I'm going to do... I'm going to do something a little sketch.
Waste tank critical.
Okay, waste tank is now our propellant. Just don't ask questions. It's fine. I need to shut that noise up. We need 2 things. We need an oxygen refill tank, because I'm seeing that ours is very low. You know what, let's just breathe the base for a bit. Am I? Filter off. Air off? Yeah, there we go. Okay, I think I was pumping a bit of air into the room. Do you hear that? Oh, it's this thing we're hearing. Oh, I don't like that at all. Anyway, where was I? We need a way to refill our oxygen tank. I think this wall right here will work. And we need a way to refill our jetpack. So let's go with canister storage. We don't actually need the canisters, just these things. We'll need a white spray paint, and we'll need a green... probably pink spray paint, actually, considering it's mixed, right? Oh, no, it's black. Black is the international color of the base right now. I would like it near the oxygen. What's on the floor here? Not much. Could probably fit it right there. In fact, I'm going to try. Let's get that settled. Put that away. Grab these. There we go. Oh, this is never fun. Yeah, okay, then just rotate this way. There we go. First try. So I guess we'll just stick him... Could I... Oh, I can fit it in there. That's the spot. Yeah, that's definitely the spot. Okay, so we put that there. I need to go pick up a bunch of pipes. Put away these steel sheets for now. Give me... Shut up. Give me this. Give me that. And give me this. Perfect. Okay, cool. So that will now process oxygen, which is what we want. Give me the white spray paint. Lovely. And then what that will do is we'll equalize the tank with the pressure of that network. And for the oxygen, that's fine. We don't need to pressurize it heavily. We literally just want to get it to the, like, just to whatever the pressure of this system is. Which right now is less than our... Oh shit, we need oxygen, boys. Oh no. Oh no, that's... Hold on. Crisis mode activate. Turns out... Oh. Turns out, we're kind of running out of O2. Turns out filling a whole base with one tank is a little ambitious. What's it looking like in here? We got 11 moles of the goodness. It's very slowly being trickled out. Yeah, it's very slowly trickling out. This pipe network's at 89 kilopascals. That one's at 0. Okay, so it is very slowly increasing. Once that room is pressurized, it will all be fine. Let's do a harvest. I know this is kind of all over the place, but I do actually need to get this done before we move on to other things. Put away my wheat. Yeah, let's grab up all the ferns. I think what we're going to do here is actually just do a full fern replant, because they provide the most oxygen per unit water consumed. We don't really need the food. Let's throw these in. Nice. There we go. Okay, cool. So ferns are down. We should probably expand the hydroponics a bit to just get a bit more aggressive with the oxygen production. It is a little low, but we should see it slowly ticking up. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Went up by 0.001%. And as these plants grow, they will produce more. And as you can see, the pressure is climbing as well. Very nice. Very nice. What are you set at? 101? Are you telling me there is not enough? No, I can see the air flowing out of it. Yeah, it's working. Did I sometimes accidentally click these? No, you're 97 kilopascals. That's where you should be. Okay, it appears to be working. Pressure in this room is still climbing.
Hydration critical.
Believe it or not, it still actually has not reached the 101 kilopascals I sent it to. These things are very, very slow. Alright, hydration is critical, but it's not the end of the world. We got an hour before a pumpkin goes rotten. Let's make ourselves a little pumpkin soup. How does that sound? Turn you on. Make me a little unknown. Sure. Okay, turns out you can't make pumpkin pie by microwaving. How about tomato? Yeah, give me a cooked tomato. Gonna have a little pure O2 snack.
Oxygen
Oh, that looks
critical.
really gross. Just a nuked tomato. Okay. That didn't quite hit the spot. Give me another... we only got one tomato. Give me a... Give me a roast corn. Give me one of those. Cooked corn. Perfect. We'll head back and we'll chow that outside. Nice. On the carbonol. Alright, so this room's kind of taking care of itself. The oxygen will eventually start filtering through. The reason we haven't seen an increase yet is because that room has actually not reached the pressure I designated for it. So that's on me. I just set it a little bit too high, a little too ambitious, but it's almost there. So we should start seeing the oxygen climb in our tanks pretty soon. Now, the real question we have to ask ourselves is, what are we going to do about our... So that's the oxygen refill, right? It'll pressurize with the system. Right now, we actually have more than it does, so we're not going to fill it. But soon that will start filling up with all that room's gases. We could just manually pump it, but it's okay. There's also a bunch of gas in the furnace, which I should go get right now. It will help cool everything down. In order to do so, I'm going to need a lot of pipe. Like, just a silly amount of pipe. And while I'm doing that, we can also work out our jetpack station. So it's going to come off of this black pipe network, means we might as well just slap it over here, right? Like, it's already set up. Let's just get one thing. I have been accused of kind of losing focus in these episodes. I do actually have medically diagnosed ADHD. So that might give you a hint as to why sometimes these can be a little all over the place. But you know what? We're working with it. We're doing our best. Okay, cool. So that's going to be painted black. Let's get these floorboards put back in before I forget. Come on. Come on. There we go. I need Pinky. Give me Pinky. Because what we're going to do is we're going to plumb the gas network from the furnace into this one. And to be honest, I think we might need another valve. Just to make sure this thing doesn't just, run amok on us. Also, give me one. There we go. Thank you. Give me the valve. And give me more pipes. We're going to need a lot of these. So let's grab this. Let's grab this. Let's grab this. Come on. Come on. There we go. Lovely. We have all of that sorted. You know what? I'm just going to spray paint this thing black while I'm at it. And I'd like to spray paint my
Waste tank critical.
propellant
Jetpack
tank
critical.
black as well. Put that away. Propellant tank, get vacuumed. Thank you. And you know what? While I'm at it, you can be black too, just for the aesthetic. Very nice. Cool, cool, cool. So is that. Lovely. Alright, that'll do the trick. It's gonna keep complaining, but it's not the end of the world. I mean, this will work for the waste tank too.
Critical.
In fact, in future, that will be for the waste tank. That's kind of crazy. I'm happy with that. Waste tank.
Waste tank critical.
By all measures of our new system, you should be pink, because you're a bunch of random... God, actually, you'll be pretty much pure CO2 as long as my filters work. So, I have the grey one on me, I think. I do. Perfect. Put this back away. Thank you. And we can put this away. Thank you. Alright, let's go plumb in the rest of this. I just want to check where in this network the thing comes from. These are omnidirectional, right? Like, I don't have to worry. Yeah. As long as it comes in here, it'll be fine. So we want to plumb in right there. Give me this. Give me this. Yeah, so we're going to want to connect to this network right over here. Probably going to have to go out one to do that. We'll deal with that outside. We'll make it look nice. Promise. Right, actually, we could come over and under and through here, but will we intersect with the... you know what? It's too much hassle. We're just going around the outside. No one's ever going to see it. It's fine. It's fine. I can't use my jetpack. Might have been a bit premature with my evacuation there, but whatever. It's fine. Let's grab... We're definitely going to need more pipe than this. Let's grab it from this end. And I do recognize that it is now nighttime, which means that if that was at the right temperature, it definitely no longer is. But we shall survive. Don't worry, guys. Don't worry. Now, you really do want to pump gas in once it's, like, close to the temperature you want it to be at, because, oh boy, does the game expand gas real quick when the temperature changes, or the pressure changes. No, yeah, when the temperature changes, the pressure changes like mad. I feel like it's probably not that dramatic in real life, but I'm also not a science man, so how would I know? Okay, let's run this hideous pink pipe along the bottom. I'm beginning to regret going with pink. Probably should have stuck with yellow for mix, but whatever. It's all good. We need about another 20 or so, and we'll be able to finish that off. So what are you looking at right now? How's this temperature-wise? You're at 53 degrees. You know what? That's... If we time this quickly, we might actually be able to get this done. Okay, cycle to interior. I need to figure out where I'm going to put the volume pump as well. That's going to be a big part of this. You know what? I think I'm going to use the volume pump to actually pump out that furnace. So give me another one. Because I want one to pump out the furnace, and I want one to pump out the network. Yeah, we want to be quick on this, though. Thank you. Take 2 of those, and pipes. That's what I came here for, was P-I-P-E-S. I think the best place to put the volume pump will be right here, where we can control access to it directly. I think right over there is going to be the spot, so let's get that set up. Could you kindly please go away? Thank you. So we're going to splice in. I think we'll pop out that piece right there. Hear me out. Volume... I don't want pipe valve. We want volume pump. Comes in. Perfect. Volume pump goes away. Cabling comes out. Because we can slice in right here. Oh, lovely. And we'll be able to turn it on and off through the floorboards too. And it's out of the way. We won't step on it. That's a really good spot. Give me this. Excellent. So now we should be able to vacuum out everything in this network. Let me just confirm that this works before we go out doing it. So currently 53 kilopascal. Oh, that's the room. Can I not see the pipe network? Oh, that's a bit annoying. There is a quick fix for that, which is we do this, and we do this, and we do... Is that going up? Can't... turn off my light. Is this. And then we get another piece. There we go. Okay, it looks a bit goofy, I recognize, but that's so that I can point my thing at this. This network is presently empty? Question mark? Oh. Oh, right, because it's not linked up to that end. Okay, so we can't even turn that thing on yet. Never mind. Okay, there we go. Coming together nicely now. Let's get that situated. Excellent. Okay, so now, we will have gas in this network. Yes, we do. 871 kilopascals. Not all that much at a whopping 40 degrees Celsius. It's a little warm. Could you jump? Could you? There we go. No. You'll work it out one day, buddy. There, he did it. He did it all on his own. So actually, a valve is not the best way to do this. I was right from the beginning. We just need a volume pump. Should have done it right the first time. And the reason we want that is because we want to push all of this gas. We want to get every last little juicy bit of it. And it's not that hard to get wired up and sorted, so let's do just that. Where's the closest cable? Probably... It's going to be a bit of a pain to get that one to work. Okay, this not having a jetpack business is actually... It's a bit more of a pain in the arse than I thought it would be. Could you please become cable cutters? That'd be super appreciative. Nice. And we just splice in right here. Perfect. Okay, give me a running jump. There we go. We need to make some stairs, man. So, now there will be absolutely no airflow between here and here until, and you can see the temperature difference is already there. So 43 degrees C, 40 degrees C. So now what I'm going to do is we're going to switch, let's up the pumping rate to 100 liters per, I don't know if that's per minute or per second, but there we go. That's Hoyen millis right now, let me tell you. Okay, so we're taking out all of that pressure and that juicy temperature. I want to vacuum that bad boy out completely, and as you can see, we push the pressure in here to 1 megapascal. There's quite a few moles of nitrogen in there, and you know what? A non-insignificant amount of oxygen as well. We're definitely going to have to build a release valve into our CO2 network, though, before we add this in. So that's probably going to be the next major change. We could just do it manually, but I think that this is the kind of thing I'd rather automate. So I'm actually just going to let that vacuum out my furnace completely. This does, of course, mean that our active vent is no longer necessary. But that's okay. We could do it with some logic. We could set up the active vent with some logic to read the pressure of the CO2 network, and then, you know, when it gets too high, it dumps it out. But I'm okay with doing it this way. It's fine. Okay, so you need to make me a few more pipes. I will need them. You need to be a different color. Give me 1 pipe. Put that back in the master list. Oh, the black one's gone too. Give me this. And give me a stack. Nice. Okay, I think I'll take like 16. That should be more than enough. I'm going to need a pressure regulator kit. We're running out of gold. We've got 18 more of these left in us. And I'm going to need a vent. Okay, we're making some really good progress on the base today. Like, none of this is, like, super critical for the functioning of it. It could technically work without all this. But this does mean that, you know, you do 10,000 hours of automation to save yourself about 5 minutes of labor. That's just Stationeers. So, realistically, we want this thing to branch right here. We want this thing to become a T-junction. Excuse me, could you be a pipe? That'd be great. I'd be super appreciative. We want this to be a T-junction. We want it to go... straight segments. Can you can't crouch in this game, can you? Control? No. Okay. Straight segments over there. We'll take a... Oh, actually, this needs to be the back pressure regulator. So let's get that piped in. Be a bit of a pain to get this wired up, I can already tell. I want you to face... that way? Oh, don't tell me it's going to face up. Oh, you piece. Oh, you little... Okay. Cool. New plan. Back pressure regulator goes on the floor. Swap this out. Yeah, that's also completely viable. I grundled too soon. Okay. Mix you in. Mix you... Come on, give it to me. There we go. Mix you in. Okay, cool. So now CO2's coming in here. When the pressure in this tank, right, exceeds... This is a kilopascal kind of thing. When the pressure in this tank exceeds like 8,500 kilopascals, right, I want this thing to pump. So it's going to flash an error at first. Oh, actually, turn you off for the minute so that we don't accidentally overpressurize a pipe here and blow up. Where do I want to get out? Oh, first off, give me back my pipe. Thank you. Secondly, come this way. Let's just make sure there's nothing hiding back here. Like, wires. No, we're good. Of course, as we add more and more complexity to the space, more and more stuff ends up hiding behind there, but you know what? You can only do so much. You go that way. Awesome. Alright, so that's done. I might have spliced into something else there. We will soon find out when everything explodes. What I want to see is this actually working before we ship it and say it's good. Okay, right now nothing in there. This is not powered. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me. You can't be there, can you? Oh, my troubles. They just mount. Okay, there we go. Now we got the thing wired up. Bit of a mission to get this all sorted, but you know what? We're edging in on victory here. I just need you to bear with me. Now, unfortunately, there's no way for me to make this thing face the other way, as far as I can tell. From in here, I'm going to have to go outside and stick it on a wall. But until then, you know, we can just go ahead and get the rest of the piping done. I don't think there's anything up here, so we're just going to risk it. Go that way. So now, I've set this thing to 8,500 kilopascals, so we should see it currently moving gas...
Filter low.
Oh my god. We should see it currently moving gas into here. And I might need to do the same trick as before. And just, come on, come on. There we go. I might need to do this just so I can do this. There we go. And as you can see, the pressure in here is now climbing rapidly. Oh my god, it's climbing very rapidly. Get outside, get outside, get outside. Run, 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 run. A bomb is forming, a bomb is forming. Put your helmet on. Alright, lovely. We're almost there, boys. We've almost got it. Well, boys and girls, I suppose. Lights, camera, action, maybe. Give me this. Oh, you're kidding me. You're not actually going to make me do this, are you? Gotta be at this height. So what we could just do is this, right? Like, I mean, we can't just be lazy about this.
Oxygen low.
Can just do that. There we go. And slap me one of these. There's a bit of a time crunch here. Lovely, okay. And the CO2 gets pumped out. Excellent. Okay, cool. So now we have...
Oxygen critical.
Oh, God, right. I keep forgetting to turn on my, my oxygen when I get back in the base. Alright, so this should now be fully pumped out. Let's reconvene. Let's recollect ourselves. So the whole purpose of this experiment, right, was to get the gas from this thing cooled off enough that it can actually be used in the base. And currently it's at 28 degrees, which is the perfect temperature for usage. So I say we now get it done. And the reason we had to do this back pressure regulator was that if we put all of this CO2 into our system, this thing would straight up just explode. So now what we have is we have a constant sort of decant of our big cylinder here. This will constantly allow a little bit of gas out very slowly, just to make sure that that thing sort of settles around 8,500 kilopascals. Okay, with that said, I think we can go ahead and turn on our volume pump, and that should give us all the nitrogen and oxygen we need to actually go ahead and get this done the way we want it done. So cycle me to the interior. Oh, this is going to be exciting, guys. If it works. If it doesn't work, we're back to the drawing board. We'll have to figure out another way to get oxygen quickly. I think just melting a bunch of oxide in the base will do it. Like, if we're desperate. You know what? We are kind of desperate. There you go. That'll up the oxygen content. Look at that. Boom. Boom. 60 moles suddenly. Should have checked it beforehand. And it cooled the base down a little bit. A little bit of X, of course, you know, which isn't great. But yeah, it's alright. It's alright. It's alright. We're currently at the point where I don't think we've actually hit the... No, we haven't hit the 80 kilopascals that thing needs to function. But we should be seeing a slight increase in our CO2 count. Temperature's increasing. No increase just yet. Okay. And nothing coming in for nitrogen? No. Alright, so let's pump this bad boy in. How low are you now? 7.5? Did I... That's a pressure regulator, isn't it? Yep, that's a pressure regulator. Yep, that's on me. I was like, that's going way too low. Back pressure regulator. Thank you. We set you to 8,500, so this should now stop working. Confirm. You know what? Honestly, I don't even need that much. Set this to like 6,500. Just get. We don't need any more than. We don't need 6 megapascals of frickin' carbon dioxide, man. That should still be draining. It is. That is a back pressure regulator. Double check. Yes, it is. Okay. Now we see we've got all the gas in here. In here. A whole megapascal. We've got 262 moles of nitrogen and 116 moles of oxygen. So our total here should pretty much double. Turn it on. So we should see this rapidly increase now. We should see this Excuse me? It's draining. This pipe network has a consistent amount. Oh, do you know why? Ah, you know why it's not being done? Because it's being pumped into this thing. Because it's being put into this pipe. Because it's... Where the heck a deck is my O2 and... Where's it all going? I have no idea why it's doing that. That is very strange behavior. Some might even say maidenless. Okay, well, let's vacuum out this. I think we maybe a few more cycles of this, or we just go get a bunch of ice and do it the old-fashioned way. Honestly, we just slap it all in the ice crusher, YOLO it, bada bing, bada boom, we got 1 billion oxygen molecules. This was a fun side project, but I think it was a bit of an abject failure, to be honest. Regardless, we were able to dump another, I don't know, 10 kilopascals of pressure into the base this episode, which is, you know, it's progress. It's progress. We're slowly climbing our way up. Getting gas back is always a bit of a challenge without the advanced furnace, and I'm not going to be using one in this playthrough, because it's a bit too advanced for this playthrough. Speaking of which, you are dropping to 6.8. We should see you stop dropping at about 6.5. And that'll be great. Let's go check on our plants. I think we can probably do a fern harvest here. And then we'll be calling that an episode. Alright, I didn't want to start the next episode at pretty much the same place we were just at, but with a few more pink pipes running around, so I'm just getting a bit of mining done. And you guys can join me for the end of it. Since if you've made it this far in the video, you probably care enough about Stationeers and this playthrough to sit through an hour-long video about effectively achieving nothing. So I wanted to hear from you guys directly. What about the series do you like? What do you not like? What would you change? I'm trying to get as much feedback as possible as the channel enters a new phase of its existence, which is one in which I actually have people who are like offering me money in order to like watch my content, and I've got a few sponsorship deals that have come through which are really exciting. And you know, all of this is very exhilarating stuff, but it's also kind of intimidating because I don't really know what I'm doing, man. Like, I don't even turn on the light when talking about mining. You see what I'm saying? So I really do need user feedback, and you being the user is kind of the feedback I need. You see how this works? I've forgotten where my base is. It must be this way, I'm assuming. It's probably over there somewhere. Yeah, the sun always sets behind it. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. So yeah, tell me what you guys want to see more of upcoming. I know people have mentioned tutorials, so that's definitely on my radar. I've always kind of shied away from tutorials because, I don't know, I feel like I don't know what I'm talking about. But maybe with games like this, maybe I do a little bit, maybe, perhaps, although he says that as every single system he's built today has failed. So maybe tutorials should stay off the table where they belong. But definitely playthroughs, challenges, concepts. You know, I really like breaking games and then seeing if I can still beat them. That's kind of like a big core, I don't know, branch of this channel is like challenges and difficult ideas. So if you've got any of those of your own that you'd like to see tried out, let me know. And if I feel like they're compatible, nitrice, nitrogen ice, say less. Holy hell. Oh my goodness. This is probably going to give me nitrous oxide, which I don't think I want, but I mean, worth a shot, right? Well, give me that copper. Give me that copper. There we go. Okay, we got plenty of full stacks. Let's go offload. The copper I'm just going to slap in the arc furnace so I don't forget about it. And hopefully pick up before the next storm comes through. But yeah, we need oxygen. So we're gonna deal with these ices on camera. You guys get to join me for the ride. It's been so long since we had a Stationeers episode. I'm sure people won't mind too much if it's a longer one. Those are kind of nice, right? You know, a little, you put it on the second screen, you hang out a bit. It's good. It's a good time. Okay, so let's get this all smelted. You go in there. Enjoy. Cycle this through. I know I literally just made a whole system allowing me to more efficiently capture the gases I produce, but it's fine. It's fine. This is going to work. Let me in! Okay, there we go. What's our pressure in here looking like? 61 kilopascals. That's it's okay. It's okay. It's not great. It's not great. We still have a long way to go, I think. Let's start me off then with regular water ice, because we know how this works. Let's make sure that that is turned on, the pump. And the other pump... Yeah, because the other pump just dumps it into the base, right? Yeah, for now I'm kind of fine with that. Vacuum me out, man. Because this is just straight up... Oh, I need my tool belt out. Give me this. Because this is just straight up nitrogen. Like coming out of there, nitrogen and water. So we can easily and happily dump all that into the base directly without too much thought. And we should see the nitrogen content increasing, and we are, which is great. We're kind of approaching the mixture I was hoping for, so this is good. This is good. We are nowhere near the pressure, though. And as you can see, as the oxygen drops, we should start seeing... it's not the end of the world if we just dump a ton of nitrogen in here, because it will eventually be filtered through the system, mixed with oxygen, and then put back into the room. So don't worry too much also. Let's save on a bit of air. There we go. Alright, I want to get this completely pumped out, and then we will switch over to the next ices, which is the oxide ones. I don't even know if this thing actually works with oxide ices or not. And then just to be safe, I'm going to be turning off the valve. Okay, it is just nitrogen right now, so that's fine. Let's turn that off. And let's just see what this thing gets if I put this in here. Nitrogen and oxygen, no X. Holy heck, Batman. That's pretty cool. Yes! Yes, oxygen me! It's very cold oxygen, but that's okay. This thing seems like a very broken way to just create oxygen, but I'm here for it. That's a lot of moles, man. That's a lot of moles. Okay, the pressure in the room is climbing rapidly. Oh, we should have just done this from the beginning. Okay, next one. There we go. This thing should now be sucking. It is indeed sucking. You love to see it. Why are we getting air coming over this way? Is that just the natural flow state? Yes, it is. Okay, so the pressure is officially over the mark for the mixed air ratio. That's very cool. I kind of do want to do this quickly while we're just getting, you know, everything finalized here. Again, just give me a little nodule to look at, please. It's kind of annoying you can't read this through glass, even though it'll exchange temperature, but not data through panes. But oh well, whatever. You can't win them all, can you? Especially not with this game. Put that away, and give me this. Give me this. Give me this. Put that away. Okay, the pipe network is presently empty because we have no nitrogen. Yes, that makes sense. However, the room pressure here should start dropping. One hopes. How much is left in this thing? Oh, quite a bit. Okay, well, once the volume pump is done pumping, then the pressure should start actually dropping as the back pressure regulator takes over. So let's just wait here for a second and see. Okay, I decided to kill two birds with one stone here. I plumbed this network into the pipe network, right? And my reason for it was actually twofold, and I think I'm kind of proud of it. It was kind of smart. So one, we can now just pump this gas with the volume pump directly into this network. No problem, everything's fine. Also, if we want to refilter the atmosphere of this base, we just got to turn this pipe. Check this out. So I check the base atmosphere, right? CO2, O2, N2, we see the ratios. We turn this bad boy on. And voila, suddenly things start dropping. Because, again, it's being filtered through this. How cool's that? And we're seeing a whole bunch of nitrogen filling up in here. This thing's on, and yet we're not losing any. Hey, that's a good day, man. That's a good day, man. Now, we are going to be losing some of our gases. I have actually worked it out, and it is completely true that anything this thing tries to process, it doesn't just process the CO2, it's processing everything. Which means we are taking huge losses, basically, by, you know what, I'm just going to go, and it also looks like our back pressure regulator is working, that's great. We're taking huge losses by running the pipe out like that, so what we actually need to do is filter that back in here, and then we need to have a separate filter for hydrogen, and we need to have a fourth filter, basically, for hydrogen and volatile, hydrogen and chlorine, and X, so that, so that the output of this then goes through that filter, and then whatever that filter doesn't want gets kicked out, which in this case will be the nitrous oxide, I think, which is a fairly useless gas in this game at the moment. Okay, speaking of fairly useless gases, we've almost pulled through all of our CO2. The percentage is rising, but we'll see the volume of it actually increase? Question mark? Question mark?
Power low.
Did I accidentally splice in these two networks? 9? So then what's your damage? Why are you giving me CO2 in here? Oh, because I'm breathing out. That's what it is. I forgot to account for that. Okay, but of course the filters are much faster than the volume pumps. So the pressure now will slowly begin decreasing again in a second. Just give it a minute as it works through everything. And it'll start increasing again. There we go. That's what I meant to say. It'll start increasing again in a second. And that's as the volume pump starts to put pressure back in the room. But yeah, if we ever need to fast filter the base for whatever reason, maybe we get a bunch of X out in here or something, that's a way we can do it now. And of course it means when that's closed, it will just run through the pipe and join the network. And yes, there is a massive inefficiency, but that's something we'll deal with in the next one. For now, since we've discovered that ice is just basically a free oxygen dump, we're going to keep dumping oxygen until such time as this tank is almost exploding. And we are very, very far away from that. Look at that. We even have 10 whole kilopascals of pressure in here. Crazy how nature do that, man. Yeah, but at the moment, currently, unfortunately, all of our atmospheric pressure is oxygen. We need more nitrogen to displace it because of the ratios I set up. And that's completely okay. It'll happen over time. There we go, because we need to put extra nitrogen in this room to displace the oxygen that's in here, and then it all gets filtered through, and everyone's happy. Also, now that we've got the overflow regulator set up, I want to see what happens. Let's turn off this pump. I want to see what happens when we put this in there. Oh shit, I dumped it into the base. Okay, turns out we need a nitrous oxide filter now. Will that kill us? Doesn't look like it will. Okay, so we got a bunch of NO2... bunch of O2, and a lot of nitrogen. Nice. Dump it. Okay, run that through the network. Again, it's not just being put into the room anymore, which is super useful. And we should see... Oh, come on, give me the pipe network. Can I not... look at this thing. There we go. There we go. There's a ton of nitrogen now, which should all be happily filling this up. So we need the nitrite ice. That's confirmed. There we go. And if we ever want to put ourselves to sleep, we have a bunch of anesthetic in the form of that NO2, or N2O, nitrous oxide, which we can use. Lovely. Is it NO2? N2O. What is that? Yeah, nitrogen monoxide? I'm not familiar with nitrogen monoxide and its uses and purposes. Okay, the pressure is dropping because, once again, the room is over pressure. Excellent. So now all that nitrogen will be put out, and any stuff we don't want will be put in. Okay, what we can actually do to wrap off today for good, because, you know, we've done so much today, we need a nice big wrap up, is change our filters in, maybe don't throw that on the floor, and maybe get our inventory situated, because it's a freaking mess. There we go. Let's just put everything away. We can put away our pipe valves, which we didn't actually end up needing. Can put away our... Oh, wait, hold on. There we go. Keep our fire extinguisher on us. You know I keep that thing on me. And we're going to wrap today up by changing out these filters. We want to put the carbon dioxide and NO2 filters in there. So give me you, give me carbon dioxide. I don't want to use Invar, so let's just do carbon dioxide. A bit of iron is very cheap. And give me... I'm guessing... Let's just type filter. I don't actually know what that new gas does. Nitrous oxide. Oh, it is nitrous oxide. Okay. And that's the laughing gas, right? That makes the car go vroom vroom fast fast. I should really put a locker over here. Ma'am? There we go. You know what? Screw it. We're putting a locker over there. Give me that iron. Give me that iron. I should really just go to bed. It's like, it is currently 3:04 a.m. That also explains some of the quality of the gameplay here. Give me locker. It has been an absolute chaos getting these recordings done. My sister moved out of her apartment, and she's currently living on my couch, and it's very difficult. She goes out for very brief periods, and she's currently out with her friends for a drink. So I'm like, oh god, quickly, record. They're like, hey, do you want to come for a drink? I was like, no, get out of here, I'm recording. Very social of me. Okay, that can't go there. I will just put it over here. Overhead locker works for me. Just give that a cup. Can I grab that? Oh, I can. Okay, it's a little bit maybe inside the wall. That's not ideal. Let's get that fixed. Overhead, normal locker. Overhead locker. Come forward. There we go. I don't think it'll interfere with that thing in the slightest. Oh, we need a new pollutant filter. Okay, nice. So, do we have any of that nasty nonsense left in this room? The answer is no. All of the N2O, well, most of the N2O has been sucked up. We got some centimoles over there we got to deal with, but no, for the most part, it's gone, and the CO2 is also being depleted. Excellent. So, to recap today, we did quite a bit, didn't we? We started off by plumbing up the remaining CO2 network to the this room over here, and over time the gas mixture will slowly happen. It'll come through, it'll be pumped out, it'll all be great. Then we followed that up with a bit of an upgrade to our gas capturing network around our furnace. That was cool. We did some mining. We set up a bunch of new tank canister storages, one to replenish our oxygen, which we can do right now.
Air tank critical.
And boom, we now have 5 kilopascals, and whatever that is will match the it'll match the pressure of the oxygen network, which is also a really good way to, at a glance, right, just see what the pressure is. We managed to expand our jetpack network as well. This is currently pressurized. Look at that. We have a jetpack. Yay! And the jetpack is the exact same composition as the air in our base, so we can fly around in here now without worrying about polluting it. I was never going to plan on doing that, but now we can do it without too much trouble. We set up the volume pumps, we did all that good stuff. We set up an overflow valve for our CO2, that was very important. We will need to do that for all of these tanks eventually, but right now that's that one done. We'll also need to do it for this network eventually. But I think we'll be okay, to be perfectly honest with you. That is something to consider, of course. If we introduce CO2 into this network will introduce CO2 because it'll be in the tank and yada yada yada. In fact, actually, that's an interesting thought. If I stick this in here now, and it runs it through, right? Because it's not perfectly efficient. Will we still have CO2 in here?
Jetpack critical.
We just pumped it out. It'll probably be a bit because there's still a little bit in the room. Yeah, it's like centimoles, right? And yeah, it's 0.03 moles. I'm not freaking out about it. I think we'll be fine with a bit of carbon dioxide. Turns out that's what we breathe. That's it. Alright, I think we're done here. Let's just make sure this thing's been plumbed out. Yep, it has. We can turn all this goodness off now, save some power, and go to bed for the day. Thank you everybody very much for watching. I'm going to stand here and charge my batteries, because that's on 1%. Caught that just in time, didn't we? And I will see you all in the next one. Again, please give me that feedback. I really would appreciate it. It's been awesome hanging out with you. Cheers. And of course, a huge thank you to our channel members and patrons for this month: Kelly Ananas, Call Me Bo 82, Charlie Weber, Couch Potato, The Senate, LCG Canyon, Pierre G, Mermix, Officer C4, and Red Raven Gaming.